Breaking news. Vinícius Júnior left out of Ancelotti's next Brazil squad? Viewers, hold on to your seats, because the breaking news we've just received could shock every Brazilian football fan. According to a major report, Carlo Ancelotti is preparing to announce Brazil's next squad, and one name might surprisingly be missing. Yes, you heard it right. Vinícius Júnior could be left out. But why would Ancelotti take such a big decision? What exactly happened with Vinicius? Let's break it down. First, let me make this clear. This information was not leaked by the Brazilian Football Confederation, CBF, itself. As we all know, CBF never releases official team news ahead of time. Instead, this report comes from Globo, one of the most reliable and respected media outlets in the football world. Globo has a strong track record of breaking big stories before they become official. And this time, they claim that Vinícius Júnior will not be included in Ancelotti's upcoming squad list. So now the big question is, why would Carlo Ancelotti leave out a superstar like Vinícius Júnior? To understand that, we need to look at Brazil's next two fixtures. Brazil is set to face Chile and Bolivia in their final qualifying matches for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. But here's the catch. These games don't carry the same weight as earlier matches. That's because Brazil has already secured its qualification for the World Cup. In other words, these matches are more of a formality, just to fulfill the schedule. There's no real pressure on Ancelotti's team, and that gives the coach some flexibility in his squad selection. Now let's talk about Vinicius specifically. Due to his yellow card in the last match, he is suspended for the game against Chile. That means, no matter what, he cannot play in that match. So Ancelotti faces a situation where if he calls Vinicius into the squad, he can only play in one of the two matches. On the other hand, if Ancelotti chooses a different forward instead, that player would be available for both games. This is where the logic becomes clear. From a coaching perspective, it makes more sense to give the chance to another player who can contribute across the two matches rather than bringing in Vinicius for just one. Plus, with the long European club season and all the physical demands Vinicius has faced with Real Madrid, giving him some rest before the World Cup build-up could also be a smart move. Another angle to consider is Ancelotti's strategy. These matches may not be crucial in terms of qualification, but they are extremely valuable for testing Brazil's squad depth. The coach might use them as opportunities to evaluate other attacking options. Young talents who are pushing for a place in the World Cup squad. Players like Rodrigo, Rafinha, Gabriel Martinelli, or even João Pedro could benefit from extra game time in Vinicius' absence. So, the reasoning seems simple. Vinicius is suspended for one match. The two games are not critical since Brazil has already qualified. Giving another forward 2 full matches is more useful for the team's preparation. Vinicius himself gets much-needed rest before bigger challenges ahead. From that perspective, Ancelotti's decision doesn't look like a punishment at all. It looks more like a calculated tactical choice. But here's the twist. As of now, this is not yet official. The CBF has not released the final squad list, and we are relying solely on Globo's report. Globo is indeed a trusted name, but until Ancelotti personally announces the squad, there will always be a question mark. Could it be true? Or is it just early speculation that might change later? For fans, the idea of not seeing Vinícius Júnior in Brazil's next matches may feel disappointing. After all, he has been one of the most exciting and consistent players for both Real Madrid and Brazil in recent years. His speed, dribbling, and ability to change a game in an instant make him a fan favorite. Leaving him out, even temporarily, will surely spark debate among supporters. Still, if we step back and look at the bigger picture, this might actually be good news in disguise. Resting Vinicius now could ensure he remains in peak condition for the World Cup itself, where Brazil will need him the most. At the same time, it gives Carlo Ancelotti a chance to test new names, refine tactics, and build squad chemistry without putting unnecessary pressure on a star forward. So, to sum it all up, Globo reports that Vinícius Júnior will not be included in Brazil's next squad. The main reason is his suspension and the lack of importance of the next two matches. Ancelotti may prefer to give other players the chance to prove themselves. Vinicius will get valuable rest ahead of bigger tournaments. For now, All eyes are on Carlo Ancelotti's official squad announcement. Will Globo's report turn out to be accurate? Or will Vinícius Júnior still find his name on the list at the last moment? We'll know soon enough. But one thing is certain, whether he plays or not, Vinícius Júnior remains one of Brazil's brightest stars, and his role in the upcoming World Cup will be absolutely crucial. Stay tuned, because this story is still developing. And remember, in football, anything can happen, even the unexpected.